All right, today we're going to dive into some insights that could, seriously, transform your intimate life. And look, this isn't just a list of positions. We're talking about understanding the connection, the communication, and the energy that makes everything click.
But hey, before we get into all of that, let me ask you something, a really important question. Do you honestly feel like your partner can tell you everything she truly wants in bed? It sounds simple, but the answer is usually way more complicated than we think.
And boom, this quote right here, it gets right to the heart of it. The idea is that there's often this whole world of unexpressed desires. Your partner might be waiting for you to explore parts of her soul and her body that maybe you've never even considered.
So, this whole idea of unsaid desires, well, it leads us straight into a pretty common misconception that a lot of people, especially men, can fall into. A lot of guys think, hey, we're good, 1 or 2 positions, she's satisfied. But the reality, it can be totally different. The truth is, many women are craving more exploration, more variety, and brand new sensations, even if they never say it out loud. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Think of this next part as a practical guide to the actual science of the female body and what makes certain positions so incredibly effective.
First up, we've got the butterfly. Now, the setup here is everything. Your partner is on her back, right at the edge of the bed or a table, with her hips right on that edge. This creates a really unique angle for you, standing in front of her. And the reason this is so effective, it's all about precision. That specific angle means that every single stroke can directly stimulate the G-spot. It's a top pick for women who really love deep penetration, and get this, just changing how she holds her legs can open up a whole new world of different feelings.
Next up, we're taking a classic and giving it a serious upgrade. We all know missionary, right? But this one small adjustment, just placing her legs over your shoulders, it changes the entire game.
So why does this tiny change make such a huge difference? It's all about leverage. It allows for much, much deeper penetration. She gets to feel your full size in a totally new way, hitting different spots inside and creating a way more intense experience.
And of course, we have to talk about doggy style. I mean, it's a classic for a very good reason. It offers this really powerful combination of a completely different angle of entry and, well, a pretty unique view.
The reason this one is such a fan favorite is because it hits that perfect sweet spot. It delivers both incredible friction and that satisfying depth. It's often a go-to for women who are confident and really get a thrill from variety in their intimate lives.
Okay, so we've covered the mechanics, the physics of pleasure. But now we're going to shift gears a bit and talk about something that's just as crucial, the dynamic of control and emotional connection.
This is where things get really interesting. You've got Cowgirl, where she's on top and facing you. That is all about connection, right? Eye contact, kissing, she's in the driver's seat. But then you just turn her around into reverse Cowgirl and bam, the whole vibe changes. It becomes incredibly visually exciting, and her focus shifts inward to her own movement, her own pleasure, which can often lead to a completely different kind of orgasm.
All right, next is what you could call an advanced take on spooning. You're both lying on your sides nice and close, but she lifts her top leg. This simple move opens her up for entry, all while you stay in that super close, comfortable embrace.
And really, the magic of this position is all in the intimacy. It's so comfortable and romantic. It's perfect for those long, slow builds and even for talking. It lets you caress her entire body, which is incredibly stimulating for her mentally and really prepares her for a much deeper physical connection. Now, for a position called the chair. Picture this. You're sitting on a sturdy chair, and she sits right in your lap, facing you. Just the setup alone creates this immediate, incredible sense of closeness.
And what makes the chair so special is that it's the ultimate blend of emotional and physical pleasure. You have direct eye contact, you can kiss, you are literally wrapped around each other. It's just pure, focused intimacy.
But listen up, because this next part, this is the most important piece of the entire puzzle. The positions, they're just the tools. The real magic, that happens somewhere else entirely.
And here it is. This is the real secret. Unlocking that next level pleasure isn't about memorizing a list of positions. It is all about cultivating the right mindset, having the right energy, and the right stamina.
And it really boils down to these 3 keys. First, you've got to have the energy and stamina to really be there, to be present. Second, you need the courage to actually try new things, to step out of that comfort zone. And finally, and this might be the biggest one, you have to let go of any shyness and just be open to exploring together. So you've got all this info. Now what? What's the path forward from here? How do you actually turn all this knowledge into a real positive change in your relationship?
When it all comes down to it, it's about this quote right here. You can't stop experimenting. That is literally the secret sauce that keeps a relationship feeling young, fresh, and exciting.
And you know what? That's the real payoff. When you bring that kind of energy, that willingness to explore and to connect on a much deeper level, your partner's going to notice. They won't just feel it, They'll see it. They'll see a brand new spark, a new passion in your eyes.
So that leaves us with just one last thing to think about. After hearing all of this, if you're serious about understanding your partner and starting this journey of experimentation, what's your very first step going to be?